All right, so we are at one of the houses of an expat. His name is Carlos. He has invited us to his house. This is the third largest building in Medellin. We're up on the 23rd floor. This is his place. He's been here in Medellin for 7 years now with his wife. He is from New York. She's Panamanian. And as you can see, it's pretty big. Very nice. You show me around? I don't want to tour without you.
So over here you have the office. This is where I do a lot of my work. My wife does her work.
Okay. I got one of those blue Snowball.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good mics.
Yeah. The Yeti, right?
Yeti. I got a Snowball and a Yeti.
Yeah. So down here you got the living room.
Okay, my man. So this is what expat life can look like.
It could look like this. This is poor expat life.
Oh, this is for expat life?
Yeah.
Tell me what the other side's living like, because I see PS5, see PS4, 360, and the Switch. Oh yeah, every spot is a mirador. Yeah.
We have a really nice view here at night.
So this is what the view on the 23rd floor for an expat looks like, huh? You look down on the whole city. Man, you see, this is the time I wish I had my drone. I fly it straight out the window right now. So how do I get to the top of these mountains?
I don't do much hiking, but you can probably jump on the groups and they do hiking.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Bill Casper does some hiking together. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little remodel here, but right now it's kind of like, you know.
Hey, I mean, I like the hardwood floors, living room. Does this get any play? Are you guys cooking or are you eating out?
We cook. We have a maid actually that comes in every once a week.
Okay.
There's another balcony.
Okay. You're supposed to have this as an Airbnb. You're supposed to be renting this space out as an Airbnb. 2 cots.
So we got this, I guess it's the second kitchen. This is our kitchen.
A second kitchen. That's a thing?
I have no idea, man.
That's a thing out here?
That's a Colombian thing.
Not any of the Airbnbs I've been staying at.
Yeah, my cook just finished packing a bunch of food for us.
Okay. Oh, they come in, make it for like a week in advance?
Yep.
Okay, that's my parents. That's my parents to keep with their diet and lack of they don't need too much salt and things like that. That's what they do. They cook for about 2 weeks in advance, eat fish, soups, and then you have real size. This is the first real size laundry units I've seen. The other ones are like 7 pieces of clothes at a time.
Exactly.
You know?
I'm very gringo.
Okay. I like it. Okay, water heater. Every expat is not living in Colombia without hot water. I haven't met one yet.
Exactly.
I haven't met one yet.
We got the pantry, we got the service room with a full bathroom.
This place is big, bro.
Yeah, it's huge.
The place is big, bro. This another 2 beds and a bathroom.
Airbnb, right?
That's another Airbnb, bro. It's on the 23rd floor. It's downtown, and they're being hosted by an American.
Believe it or not a lot of people like to come to Central. So
Yeah,
if I had Airbnb in Central, it would be like $5 a night.
Bro, it's because the lies they want to tell people.
Yeah,
they keep telling us that it's so dangerous to come down here, and the real gringos with money do not take risks.
Yeah.
You know, like that. They still gonna wear their Richard Mille and their watches, and they don't want to be had, and they don't want to be bothered.
You got the master.
That's master bedroom. Okay.
Second bedroom, third bedroom, and another bathroom.
¿Cuántos cuartos tiene, Luis?
Like about 5.
I think
Mira la
6.
vista aquí.
Six.
Yeah, go ahead.
6 rooms.
6.
6.
¿6?
6.
Six.
¿Y cuántas personas viven?
Solo 2.
¿Es en serio? Es muy grande para 2 personas.
Views everywhere. Yeah, this is, bro. They're not gonna pay $40 a night for this. Come on, you're looking down on You're looking down on another penthouse. A penthouse looking up to the penthouse.
Yeah.
You know, and
So you got the road that goes to the tunnel, to the airport. Up there, you see that bridge.
yeah.
That white
Oh,
building.
that bridge.
Yeah.
Is
so
that where we came out from
that's
the
where it came
airport?
from. So
Okay.
if you knew where to look, you see my building. That
Ah.
white building straight ahead, that's
Okay.
the Camera commercial of Central.
That white building.
Yeah, with
Okay.
the Wonder Wheel.
Okay, got you. Wow, this is the closest view I've had to these houses in the mountain. Este es tan cerca por las casas allí. We were at Comuna 13 yesterday, and I mean, it's a sweeping view, but you can't detail the house like this. Detail the houses like this. It looks like San Francisco or New York brick mansions everywhere.
It does remind me of Brooklyn and New York. So yeah,
The brownstones.
I can show you. Yeah, that's the bathroom, and then.
And you got a parking garage. That is nice.
Está muy lejos de lo que es el centro.
¿Cómo?
Está muy retirado lo que es el centro del otro lado.
Sí, sí. Él dice este es más residencial.
Sí, sí, más residencial.
I got the gym right across the street, Camino Real.
Oh, okay, that's a gym.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, body tech over there. So a small little commercial mall.
Yeah, Viva Envigado, that's a big boy mall.
Oh yeah.
That's big boy mall.
That's new. It's about 3 years old.
Yeah, they said someone was telling me it had just hit when the COVID started.
Exactly.
So it got lost in the smoke.
But that place has IMAX and all that shit.
Right, yo, the IMAX is trying to tell us this is private. You can't record here. How is that, bro? The IMAX is private. You're in the mall. There's nothing private about it. And so this side of Central is called what?
Over here, you're close to Boston.
They're close to Boston. Okay.
I think I'm more like Central. They call it Calendaria.
Calateria.
Yeah.
Mantener en frente.
Our building also has a theater, but I've never been in it.
Ah,
It's connected to all this.
claro. Ahora tengo. They sell completely different things here than they do in Cartagena. It's like the people value different things here.
Yeah.
Big city life, I guess. So, when you started here 7 years ago, what was something that you didn't know that you now know, or you learned the hard way?
Something, I'd say driving.
Driving?
Yeah.
What about the driving?
Driving is a little bit more complex than New York City. You got the buses that just go in your way. Motos, they kind of like just kind of stop in front of you. You just gotta be, it's more than defensive driving.
Oh, it's more than offensive driving.
Yeah. Defensive driving, you're like, okay, I see what he's about to do. These people, you can't predict it.
Okay.
So you gotta just always be alert and just stop. And it's normal. You just don't beep, you just go on with your life, basically.
Right.
So that's kind of something I learned.
What's up with all the sex shops that are out here?
I have no idea.
Like, sex shops are through the roof out here.
And we just passed by one.
Right, and that's what made me think about it. And it's not only lingerie, like they're selling the toys.
Yeah,
they got a lot of male stuff out here in the sex shops. It's different for sure.
I'll probably throw a theory out there. Maybe because all the webcam studios. There's a couple webcam studios here.
You know what? And I did hear about that. I heard that the girls here, more than Cartagena, are on the OnlyFans a lot more. And it's that big city thinking again. Because some of the accounts I follow on Instagram, they're like 100,000 strong, 80,000 people strong, and they are not selling anything.
No, not at all. Because they can't get the money in. They don't know how to bring the dollars into the Bank Colombia or into pesos. It makes it very difficult for them. So
Right.
that's why a lot of the webcam studios are gringo owned.
Right, I have noticed that too.
American bank accounts, so they pay the girls out. The girls
Right.
can't do it on their own.
Right, and that is a specific thing with OnlyFans, because OnlyFans, I had looked it up because I wanted to get on that with the girls in Cartagena. But they're so like, country city thinking. They're so country that they really they find it, I can just go fuck for this money and get that. And that's all they want to do. When you're like, yo, look, I can put you on, they sell their content, but the gringos that come and buy, amor, espera. The gringos that do buy their content, they just pay them one time and they're gone.
Exactly.
I try explaining to these girls, oh, let's build some type of residual income, and they can't wrap their minds around it. Strato 3.
Yeah, where I was living is a Strato 4.
Okay.
So right here, the Stratos here, they kind of go by percentage. It's kind of like if you're in Strato 3, you get 10% less than the Strato 6.
Okay.
So we actually noticed if you go to like a Collusion, Strato 6 in Poblado, the prices are more expensive than you see here.
Okay, so the numbers go up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You go in the Stratos.
Because they've hit me up in Park of Years for 2 rum and cokes for 80,000 mil pesos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it hurts not because like we're just losing money, but because you know that's not what it goes for here.
Exactly.
That's really what the more insulting part is. It's not that Americans or expats don't want to spend money, but we're not trying to be robbed when we come to a country. You know, give us the fair rates, and we will stay here for a month rather than you take everything in a week.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, they don't think like that. They think
For now.
For now, yes.
For
I
now.
want to put food on my table right now. I'm not thinking, let me build up a clientele.
Right. And
Oh.
they could build up a clientele because they're hungry out here. And I don't even mean by like food. I mean, they have hustlers' ambition in this city. They move differently than people in Cartagena. They do things differently, but they're still not putting forth the best effort of professional conduct when it comes to business.
Exactly, and that's unfortunate. And I wish, and I tried telling them that, but they just don't want to hear the advice. It's kind of like the attitude is kind of like, I didn't ask you for your advice.
Right,
You know?
right.
And that's unfortunate because I want to see these people prosper.
Right. I have no reason to come here and exploit your country. I'm just here because it's more beneficial for my situation. But your situation could be beneficial for you if you change up.
Exactly.
You know? So, I don't know. I mean, everybody knows what most tourists in general come here for, but it's not everyone. Go ahead.
Yo quiero tiramisu.
Called you. I'm glad I didn't head out. You know, I was about to put in the end driver. You're like, man, I live in Central. Boom. All right,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and meet up because I was just getting a little depressed. Not depressed, but you know, you plan things out. I was already speaking with other expats. To be honest, I had forgotten that you wrote me back, and I was going through last night through, you know how when you're in the Facebook groups, you can go to manage your content.
Yep.
So I was going back through it. I was going to go back through it tonight and see everyone that had commented on my stuff because it's taking a lot of time to try and coordinate times with people, you know?
Yeah.
And then some people make comments and I've written them, but you know on Facebook, it doesn't pop up since you're not friends.
Correct.
So you have to tell them that you DM'd them. Sometimes they're not coming back to the comments. So like I missed this woman, female digital nomad in Cartagena, 2 kids. I wanted to see what that story would have been like, having 2 kids being a digital nomad, but she didn't get back to me until a week later.
Oh, man.
After she's the one that put the comment in, I'd like to meet, I'll do it. So it's like, you're not
Yeah.
watching the inbox, I can't do anything.
Yeah, for me it was, I kept trying to, I was thinking about writing to you, but then I get busy. I have a couple of clients that keep me busy and then, crypto and stuff like that. So today I was like, oh, fuck, man. You know?
I'm kind of free.
Yeah, I'm free.
kind of free.
Yeah.
Hey, everything works out for a reason because we were just doing the laundry earlier, and then after laundry, looking for some weed, and then after that, like, as I find different people, you'll get like better prices, but like the going rate that they try and give you, you get a little bit less here than you would in Cartagena.
Yeah.
You get a little bit less here than you would in Cartagena, but that's even another thing. They know that the Americans want this, and they'll double rob you on it.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and if it's not in quality, it's in the amount. It's in what they tell you about how it's rolled here. Because what has been your feel on the mafia here?
Honestly, I just stay away from it. I know a little bit about the La Oficina and Envigado. From my understanding, the mafia probably does more, like, better work than what the police do.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that because I felt the exact same way, and that's what I told my girlfriend. I said, it's not that you need to hate the mafia. It's just that they work in a different field.
Yeah.
But every field needs someone policing it. And some fields need harder policing than others. They're willing to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's dangerous down here for idiot tourists that aren't buying what they're selling. But if you come down here, you know where you're going, you know what you're doing, there's no reason for anyone to touch you.
Exactly.
Because that's part of the business. And I was telling her too, I said, I could almost guarantee you come down here looking to buy something, whatever your interest might be, and someone were to mess with you, You go to where you were about to buy and let them know, they're gonna make a phone call and find out who that was.
Exactly.
They're gonna find out who that was, especially if you've been here 2 or 3 times. Hey man, you know me already. You know when I come down here, this guy doesn't know me. He took all my stuff. What street were you on? Hold on, let me make a phone call.
And then you get your phone back.
They gonna find that
Yeah.
dude. They gonna find that
The
dude
police
because
don't care.
yeah, 9 times out of 10 they already know who the dude is anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
They already know who the dude is anyway and what block he is and what type of hustle he does. You know.
So that's the thing with Medellin. You gotta be careful who you mess with because you don't know who they know. And if you want to build security, you have to know certain people, and that's what it's really what Medellin's about too.
Right, connections, networking, who you know.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, here it's a smaller city, so names go a long way.
Exactly.
Names go a long way in this smaller city, and reputation can go a long way. You
Yeah.
know, like in Cartagena, I had sent a bunch of clothes over there from Shein because I wanted to, start a little business with her and I. I'm trying to become an expat myself. I'm working with the content, working to get things up and going. That's why I've been interviewing expats, so I can see what it's like. Cartagena, of course, is more expensive, but if you get out of Central, it's cheaper. She's paying 330,000 pesos a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But she's far outside Central.
she's like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
She's
exactly.
she's Daniel Lemitri. She's closer to the airport.
Okay.
Which is oddly enough that closer to the airport is way cheaper than Boca Grande because you're right there to the airport. It doesn't make
It's crazy,
sense.
right?
But for a second. That's it.
Like in fourth with everything else, man.
All right. So briefly, before you start digging into the cake, for the record, let us know your name, please,
Carlos Arias,
and where are you from,
Brooklyn, New York.
and how long have you been living in Medellin?
About 7 years.
About 7 years. And your title officially, you're a digital nomad doing what type of work?
I'm a software engineer.
Okay, excellent.
So cool.
And you're married. You have
I'm
a Panamanian wife.
Married to a Panamanian wife, lawyer.
How many years?
We've been married for about a year.
About a year.
Yeah.
Okay, this
I've
is
been
new.
dating, yeah, it's new. Yeah. I've been
Okay.
dating her for about 2 years. We met right before the pandemic. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. Cartagena.
Oh, you met her in Cartagena?
Yeah.
Hey man, Cartagena is giving out love everywhere. That's where I found mine at too.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty cool that, she's from Panama, I'm from New York, and we both meet in Colombia. That's like fate.
well, that's what my friends were saying back home because I work, and South Florida, I work with a lot of Colombians. So when I came here the first time and I came back, they said, how do you go to my country and come back with a Venezuela? They were upset about that. But I was like, I mean, yeah, I like the Colombian women too, but this is just how it happened. And then as we started learning about the history and the relationship between Haiti and Venezuela, it was almost like, Jesus, is this meant to be? Because Haiti was the first liberated free country in the West Indies, in the Americas. That was the first. Haiti, Haitianos, then helped Venezuela become the first republic in the Americas to become the first free republic.
Wow, I didn't know
So
that. That's
yeah,
pretty cool.
so the relationship, even when I meet Venezuelans in Florida and whatnot that are from Venezuela, they always say thank you, or I remember, I know esclavo, the slavery and things like that. But yeah,
That's pretty cool. I didn't
it's
know
a
that.
pretty,
I have to
it's a
look
pretty
that
rich
up.
history.
Yeah.
It's a pretty rich history, so that's very cool. But and for the most part, everyone the country's bad right now, but everybody still loves Venezuelan women.
Yeah.
Like they're renowned to be the more beautiful. They have fairer skin. They have the features that people want you to be with.
I like the Venezuelan people. I feel like they're smarter, educated. It's really sad what happened to their country. It was very prosperous, I saw a lot of history on it. So I try my best to help a lot of them.
Right.
My cook is Venezuelan, my cleaning lady is Venezuelan. So
Right.
I'm partial to that.
I feel you. No, I am too. And you know what? I was in La Maria in Cartagena. It's up in the mountains, and most of them were Venezuelans or other Africans from Palenque. And this is where, it's an illegal operation. I don't know how they're getting power up there.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're getting power up there, but they got that power up there. Radios are on, TVs are on. They got satellite dishes.
Nice.
But it's an operation where the police can't come at any time and kick it down, burn it down, or whatever. So they say La Maria, just like Centro, is another area that is widely known to be a gringo-free spot. Cannot travel there. Do not go here. Do not stay here after dark. And really, what I find is that because we know dangerous places, and dangerous places don't always have to be the poorest looking places. You know what I'm saying? People can get had in Central Park or Times Square.
Oh yeah, dude, Central Park was notorious for that shit.
You know what I'm saying? So especially like in the 90s and whatnot, nighttime no-go Central Park.
Yeah.
The gangs are out there, people are getting raped out there, bodies are coming up. So, but yeah, what I find here is that people are saying things are dangerous just because they're socioeconomically not on the same level.
Well, I think Central has that dark shadow on it. Maybe, I don't know the history of it, maybe back in the 70s it was like the most dangerous city, but prior to that, actually in the 1950s, it was the most prosperous city. It just grew so fast that I couldn't keep up. But now in Poblado, I would consider that more dangerous than Central.
Because of the type of people that are there.
Exactly.
And the targets that they will feed on. Yeah. Because down here, you can't just go feeding on anything.
No.
You might pickpocket the wrong person. You know, some people might just be as knifed up as you are.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, you can't just go off of looks.
Yeah. Well, Central is kind of like, you know, New York City with congested. I mean, you got to be careful with how you leave your bag on the street, or, you know, how you have your wallet in your pants. You're gonna get pickpocketed. It could be, you know, same thing with Spain and Chicago. I mean, it's like any other city.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, there's still tourists getting had in Miami and at South Beach. Tourists love it, but you can still get had on South Beach.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
The beautiful thing about Central and why I bought the apartment. I didn't rent it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, you've been here 7 years. You might as well invest fully.
I bought it 1.2 million per meter. In Poblado, you're looking at 9 to 10 million per meter.
9 to 10 million per meter.
Over here, that apartment was 1.2 million per meter. I bought it for around 400 million.
Okay, because I just seen a property for like, I think it was 750 million. I think that was like 48 grand. So what did you pay?
750 million? That's about almost like 250,000, 300,000.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well then my number's off. What was the property? Oh no, okay, you're right. 75 mil. It was going 75 mil, and I think it translated to like $48,000.
Oh yeah. What was that?
It was a 3-bedroom on the beach in Cartagena.
Really?
It was a 3-bedroom on the beach in Cartagena.
For 75 million?
Yeah, for 75 million. Pictures were clean and everything. Like it was.
Yeah, be
it was that.
Could be a scam.
It could be, and you know what? I got had as soon as I got here. Not necessarily had, but I was put in a vulnerable situation messing with Airbnb. There are people on Airbnb that have, you see their account has been like 5 years. They have one listing, and the listing has no reviews. All right, well, I wasn't looking at the reviews before. I was just looking at places. When I came here, the apartment listing didn't exist. It took me to a building, but no apartment number.
Correct.
Still never heard from the person.
Yep.
Had to get my money refunded, but I was already in a situation where the sun was setting. Like the plane landed at 3, getting out of the airport maybe like 3:45. I didn't even know about the airport being all the way outside the city. That's not a thing that they tell you in some of these YouTube videos. If you don't know, the airport in Medellin is not in the city. The second airport that you see in the city is not for commercial flights. It's not for the big boy planes that come from Cartagena and other big places. So that messed me up when we're coming out. Go over there. We were in Las Palmas. Like, they got some barrios over there.
Yep.
So we were in one of those. Like, you could just tell how it's set up. It was set up like those San Francisco houses.
Yeah.
It's set up like that. And so, and not only is it set up like that, it's raining. I don't have a lot of juice. I got like 14% on my phone.
Oh, man.
And now I'm in a panic mode, so I'm making calls, roaming to Airbnb. And the Airbnb +57 Colombia number does not work. It hangs up on you every time.
Oh, man.
It hangs up on you every time.
Damn, man.
So,
I wish you had my number. You could have just been like, hey, Carlos, and then, you know, I got a room.
Right, things like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And it's like, so I ended up paying a little bit extra just to find some place that would let me in, and it ended up being in El Poblado.
Gotcha.
It was in El Poblado. It was very close to, there's one called Mall Plaza Dos. It's where they got a Burger King. Mall Zona Dos. They have a Burger King dance studio. So got to get my girl her first Burger King burger. Because when you're in Cartagena and you say cheeseburger, hamburger, you're not getting a hamburger the American style.
Yeah.
Like it might be ham, it might be turkey, it might be some thin piece of meat that's not from the cow.
Mm-hmm.
When I say burger, I want charbroiled Angus beef.
Yeah.
I want cow. And you're not always getting that. So I was happy I got to show her, like, when I say hamburguesa, this is what comes to my mind, and this is what you should expect to see. So that was cool, and it was very clean. I asked the doorman. Now, what's surprising here is that although the place El Poblado is supposed to be like one of the safer places in Medellin, you can't get in anywhere without going through security. I mean, every place has security.
Yes.
What's up with that? And not only do they have security, they have gates that are like medieval gates. They're putting glass up top to make sure you can't, climb it. It's a lot.
They have a lot of protests here, so I think it's because of that. You also have to think back in the 80s, there were a lot of gangs. Mm-hmm. So these people, they're still stuck on that. They still have that fear of the Escobar times.
Okay.
So it's really that. So all that security is from like the 80s and the 70s.
Okay, still the Escobar time.
Even here's something that not many people think about. You know how they back their cars in?
Yeah.
That's because of security. Because when you back your car in and you're in a situation, you can just drive right out. That's what someone here told me. He's Colombian.
Okay.
That's the reason why they all back into a parking spot. Because that drives me crazy. In the U.S., we don't do that.
Right.
We just drive in and we're good.
But you know who always does do that in the U.S.? The rednecks with the pickup trucks.
Yeah.
Rednecks with pickup trucks always back in. Rebel
Yeah.
flag standing tall, and they always back in. Never fails. And maybe they feel like if they were to smack one of us, they could get out real quick,
Maybe.
drive off. You don't want to have to reverse it.
I don't know why they do it, but I can tell you why they do it here. Which I thought was pretty interesting because the mindset they have here is they're always scared. They're always on high alert.
And that's what I'm saying. Like my girlfriend is on that too. They just breed fear, and I can't do that because in Miami, yeah, it's a dangerous spot, but we're not always scared. You know what roads like Sis Trunk and Overtown and what those places are. If you're not buying what they're selling, you don't go.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what times of day are different things. Like they know what time of day that the taxi prices are going to change. You know what I'm saying? In the same way that we know we're dangeralized, they know there's certain things, but it's so pervasive that a lot of times the things that they're saying are dangerous are really just maybe it's a bad area, but is it dangerous all the time? Because when I think of dangerous, I think of purse snatching, knife point, and bum fights.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the working class people you have to worry about, it's the amount of drug users on the street. And I don't see a lot of drug users on these streets. I see a lot of homeless people sleeping on the streets, but as far as like the rowdiness of homeless people and carrying broken bottles, like that's not really here like that.
Well, the homeless people here don't scare me because I'm from New York City. I grew up with that shit too.
Right, sleeping on the stairs of the churches and whatnot.
Exactly. They're completely harmless. They are high as fuck. Some of them, they walk around, me and my neighbor calls them zombies.
Yeah.
But they're completely harmless. They don't go running around robbing people and causing chaos.
Right. I would say that the people robbing people are have turned it into a profession. Like you're not really gonna even notice them. They got it down to a science. When I see this guy come by, I wait 10 steps, then I follow behind him. Then my other partner bumps into him. Like it's a real Aladdin street rat game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I saw one video. I wish I would have kept it. Some lady had her bag stolen. You know how the lights go and then everybody starts crossing? The lady got her bag stolen and she didn't know who did it. It was within the crowd. I saw the video. I put it in frame by frame and I couldn't even tell you who stole the fucking bag.
Really? You hit it frame by frame?
Frame by frame. I'm just hitting that little arrow button. I'm like, who the fuck?
Now, there are some corners in Central that I know a few of the expats had said that they've been had at, but they're being distracted by these faces of these females, and they're getting hit by the working girls.
Yeah.
Are grabbing their pockets.
The girls are probably the most dangerous. I've seen one situation. Actually, a friend of mine told me someone pushed her. She fell, let go of the phone. As she fell and the phone went out of her hand, some guy picked it up, just kept walking. She had no idea who took the phone.
Right.
So it's almost a coordinated attack by 3 or 4 people.
Right. And that's more or less what you have to worry about.
Exactly.
And you know, being aware of being in the streets, you know, okay, I've gone now 2 blocks and I'm still with the same person. Or I've stopped at this restaurant, I've seen the same person 3 different times today. You know how to change it up.
Yep.
Like, I'd be hard pressed to find too many people that don't know what it looks like to be tailed in Florida. You know, because even sometimes up there, the working girls can get you. You know what I'm saying? DJs, I've had DJ buddies get all their equipment stolen. You know, from I see you at the club DJing, let's party together. They take the drink and they're out.
Yep.
Now they say the girls got the scopolamina around here. What do you hear on that?
Majority of them, yeah, I would say a lot of them have it. You gotta be careful with the girls. You gotta think of it here. The role is reversed. The women are the predators. You know, so you're gonna get drugged if you leave your drink alone. If you here's one trick that happens a lot. Oh, can I bring my friend with me? So you bring that girl and her friend into your apartment, you're in deep trouble.
It's over with.
It's over.
It's over with.
Yeah, because she's going to keep you distracted while her friend's running around looking for money.
Right,
You know?
right.
Or
And let it become a dangerous situation. They got their boys backed up.
Exactly.
They're
most likely waiting downstairs.
Right,
Yeah.
right. They're most likely waiting downstairs, and that is always. I mean, even in the States, the girls are being driven by someone. You know, this is security for if you don't pay or something goes wrong, you hurt the girl or something like that. You know, someone's waiting outside, and because they play off the fear of Americans, these girls are getting paid what they asked for. They're not really being played around with. I'd be hard pressed to find an American that felt like he could do that in a place like this with enough confidence and balls to be like, well, I can walk out and if she screams and they come for me, I can get them all. I'd be hard pressed to find someone that just felt that good about the situation. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I would say that too. The girls are more dangerous here, but it's not like it's not going on in Cartagena, but the girls are more professional in Cartagena. The girls are about their business. Like, if this is what it is, she says she's staying the whole night, it's this price, she's staying the whole night.
Yeah, there's some honest girls here too. I mean, I know a few of them.
Okay.
And yeah, that's kind of the beautiful thing about Colombia too. It's kind of like you can get down to business. In America, you have to like try to trick the girl in a way of dating her, take her out for a couple of drinks. Here, you just say, look, it's this much, let's do this, it's business.
Yo, I was so surprised to see here that, okay, it's not like it's rare that girls that work in a club are also working outside the club as well. But when back to being coordinated attacks by females, we're in Parque Lleras, and it's like the girls are dancing with the clients. You never see bottle service girls dancing with clients in Florida. Not at the strip club, not at a regular club. To be honest, a lot of the girls that are doing bottle service don't want to get naked anyway. That's why they chose to do bottle service. So as far as like extending that interaction with sex or talks of selling it, like they're not doing that. But here, my girlfriend asked, and it was like, yeah, you know, they interact with the guests, and outside of work, when we get off, we go to work.
Yeah.
So I was like, because I was like, yo, these girls are dancing like we're in the strip club right now. Your boss isn't gonna say anything to you about it. Like, they got their phones out. You can't have your phone out in the strip club.
No,
The girls can't give numbers in the strip club.
No, same thing here. If you go to La Isla, they don't give their numbers out. They can't.
Okay.
But if you go to Gusto's in Parque Lleras, I'm assuming that's where you're talking about.
Yeah.
Gusto's, they're free.
Is that the red one? It has all the red lights on the patio?
It's on the second floor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one, those girls are freelance, but Gusto's chooses who comes in. So majority of those girls are veterans in there. They've been there for
They got street cred.
They got street credit in there. And yeah, they just go in, they chill, they grab a couple of drinks. They actually make Gusto's a lot of money from the drinks. So the girls say, hey, can you buy me a drink?
40 mil pesos.
40 mil right there, 25 mil for a beer, you know?
Right. And then like 8 drinks later, cause I noticed what the girls like to do, they want to drink too, but they're not drinking it.
They're not drinking. No, they have something set up with the bartender where they don't get the alcohol in their drinks.
Right. And I was about to say that. It's set up already that don't get her drunk, get him drunk.
Exactly.
And they're never going to complain that the drink is weak.
Exactly.
And I think, you know, maybe they thought that's what the situation was with me and her, because obviously she's Latin girl, I'm a black dude, and I look like this with the hair and everything like that. So they always want to ask her for her ID, and I'm always free to go in. But it's because they want to harass the working girls that they don't know.
They think you're bringing her in to work. That's
Right,
why. Yeah.
right, that I may be pimping her.
Yes.
And I noticed that pimping is a thing here because working here is restricted due to the underworld that is present here and not
Correct.
present in Cartagena.
Correct.
So yeah, and the way I look, they be like, Julie, like, okay, is he coming to pimp her out in here? You know, but we're always leaving together, and it's been like 4 nights now, but they still don't get the picture.
No?
They still don't get the picture. I mean,
A big guy?
no, I'm talking about as far as me being a big guy bringing her in, they just think like maybe I brought her from a different city and we're
but
coming to take some money.
The bouncer, is it the big guy?
Oh, it's all the bouncers. At every club, they ask her for her ID.
Ah,
And
okay.
it got to the point where I stopped letting her carry ID. I show her ID now. And maybe that's even worse. maybe they think even more pimp stuff.
Wait, you want to talk to her? You talk to me.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's not even a good idea, but you know, the working girl's always pulling her ID out of her pocket. I'm like, okay. But yeah, so a lot of the Facebook groups are being administrated by the people that you're trying to gain information on. And when I was doing this, when I was putting together my expats, I had a lot of pending posts. I still have pending posts. And I'm looking at the group and I'm like, yo, people are coming up. And then like, you don't always know who's the administrator, so I'm trying to write questions in the post because they're denying the post, so I know they're reading it.
Yes.
And I'm asking them, why are you denying it? And they're not responding to the post at all. And it's like, nobody wants you. They think everyone's just trying to get monetized off of something from expats, and they say like that's something they don't want going on in their groups. But then again, for their friends, they advertise all the time.
Correct.
You know, the people that are in the expat groups that are from Medellin or Cartagena and stuff, they're selling something all the time.
Yeah.
They just don't let me sell anything.
That's the other thing too, and they're painting Colombia like the white horse. You know. Yeah, I love Colombia. Colombia is amazing, but you also have to tell the expat what to really expect.
What to really expect.
What the reality is, and they're hiding the reality from these people.
They're not only hiding the reality, they're only selling expats to expat areas.
Exactly.
So like once we're all grouped up and the prices are all the way inflated and only this small pocket of people have profited off of us, then what? What's next after that? Because one thing that I noticed in the group was that for one, expats don't move overseas to be back amongst expats.
Correct.
So that's one factor to it. People are trying to enjoy their piece of heaven that they created by not only working, but now receiving the benefits of your work.
Yep.
You get to ball out, so to speak, here. Live out your last days in the best ways that you want.
Yeah.
You know, before it used to be, you had to be wealthy to be an expat. Now it's like, if you're poor, you need to just move out of the country because you're getting way more money over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was a poor college student like 10 years ago, I probably would have made a jump to come overseas just to give this a shot, more than like the bills of college and trying to find your way in your 20s through like corporate America. You know what I'm saying? So that's another part to it. But where else would you go if you didn't live in Medellin? If things got bad here, what's the backup plan? What's the escape route?
The backup plan would be actually Mexico. We're gonna check it out, but from doing research in other expat groups, there's Monterrey and Mexico City. I also have a friend over there. It's actually cheaper over there than it is here.
Is it though? They're using the American dollar. Is it?
Well, okay, for example, internet for the same price is actually $50 cheaper there than it is here. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Same with electricity. I don't know about food and living costs, so that's why I want to go there for like 1 month and say, okay, is it really cheaper here than Colombia?
Okay.
You know, so I want to try that out. Panama is definitely not cheaper. Panama is like going to Miami.
I've been hearing this, and it's making me want to change my plans for it because I've already gotten the stories pretty much. People are like, no, I'm not selling my farms because I don't like it. I'm selling my farms because it's not what it used to be. You know, people that have 2 farms, 3 farms, or set of families, and now they're like, 5-6 years ago, Panama was a paradise. Now people are selling you ghost-infested mansions.
Yes.
Like they're trying to get out and they're giving you the key, and before the ink dries, the door's already slammed. They're gone.
Yeah.
They're going on you and they're saying, "We're out of here, babe. We finally did it."
Yeah, in a way, but at the same time, there's some expats getting ready to move to Panama if this election goes bad. So it really depends. Panama City is expensive, but outside of Panama City, it's decent. You know, you can get cheap labor. Like for example, in El Valle, where my wife's family is.
Okay.
It's actually pretty cheap and it's really nice. It reminds me of like Medellin and the mountains type of thing.
Okay, but do expats want something that is similar in pricing? Like we're always trying to get the bang for the buck.
Yeah.
Like if Thailand's only expensive to get there, but once you finally gotten there, you can ball out. Why wouldn't you go to Thailand? Vietnam.
Well, I never really took interest in Thailand. I mean, I would like to visit maybe for a weekend or something, but
As far as living forever.
living in Thailand, I don't think I'd be able to.
No.
I've seen
It's
videos.
different.
Yeah,
It's
very
different.
Yeah.
You know. But some people like Asian countries, some people like the African countries, some
Yeah.
people like South American countries.
I would love to go to Japan for a fucking.
Yeah?
6 months.
You like to go to Japan?
Yeah, Japan sounds
Okay.
interesting, but it's expensive.
It is.
You know?
It is. And it's the type of expensive that if you don't watch your finances, you could be calling back home trying to get like money sent to you.
Yeah.
Because even here, I can notice if I don't have good budgeting practices or I didn't already learn like how to use money, like you could lose it here. And it comes with the deception that everything's so cheap.
Correct.
It comes with the deception that 100 mil pesos is not that big a deal, but once you're 400 mil pesos in, you're at $100.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I was explaining to a dude, he was like, I don't mind giving to the people here. I said, well, that's cool, but if you really don't mind giving to people, you could just give to a foundation.
Correct.
Because what you're doing here on this level is that you're not noticing that what type of street acts are here. There are street acts going on and you're playing into it. Not only are you playing into it, you're making yourself vulnerable and you have your woman here with you. When you have 7, 8 kids around you, screaming, talking in a language you don't understand, doing things around you don't know what's going on, you not only make yourself vulnerable, you make her vulnerable. Because now you buy these 10 kids some bags of chips, they go back to their 10 friends and their friends say, where'd you get this? I got this from this black American from the States. Well, come with me and show me him. Now you got 20 kids, 30 kids, and you might have their older brothers now. They're like, well, let's not ask him, let's just take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just take
You
it.
gotta be careful. What I was telling my wife, I'm always afraid to show wealth here. You know, like I want to be able to help these people and say, hey, this is what you can do. But at the same time, I feel like I'm shining too much light on myself, where it makes me a target.
Right.
You know, so it's hard to try to help people here without hurting yourself.
Making yourself vulnerable. And I
Exactly.
noticed that because, like I said, we're trying to talk to the girls in Cartagena about other options and making money. They're just not about it.
Yeah.
They'd rather plan out a night to drug me than come over and let's set up a plan.
Exactly.
You know, I've been like, hey, look, bring 5 different outfits. We'll do a little photo shoot. Let's make like 4 or 5 videos and no penetration. I'm talking cook for 5 minutes naked. Show that you're cleaning up the house with your breast out. Little simple OnlyFans content type stuff that is making girls in the United States thousands of dollars.
Exactly.
And like she's like she doesn't want to do it because she can't see the vision of how that money can help her in the future.
It's so funny. I'm like, man, these girls in the United States are making money, but you have Venezuelan and Colombian girls. They're so fucking beautiful. And you have a fucking Catch Me Outside girl making, how much she make? $52 million. She is so fucking ugly. And you have these Colombians, so like, they don't want to do it.
They don't want to do it, and they're bad to death. Now, there are some I found, some of the fitness girls, they got real deal followings.
Yes.
Some of their models in Colombia, they got real deal followings.
But
Like
they're not making money.
They're
It's
not.
just sponsorships, and that's it. And
Right.
it's like maybe $1 million pesos for the month or something like that.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, not making any real money.
They're not making real money. And you're talking about the girls in the gym, right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
Man, dude. The girl at the gym in Santa Fe.
Santa
I used to go
Fe?
to that gym.
Oh, I haven't seen her. There's one in Cartagena. Her name's like Mary Official Fit, but she lives out in Nelson Mandela area. I was gonna like shoot something with her, It's so far to go out there, bro. Like this is like 40 minutes. I've never been anywhere 40 minutes in Colombia. Everything's 15, 20 minutes max. She's like 40 minutes, and that's by moto taxi.
Yeah,
you know, these boys are zooming and catwalking all the way over. This is on the other side by the port.
Yeah.
It's on the other side by the port, and then even further outside of that.
Yeah, she's out there.
She's out there. So, and it's like she's pretty, she's muscular. Her stuff is on point. If she had like real content, she could be like one of the trainers that you get on, you know, the bikes, the virtual bikes, and how you have virtual trainers. She could be a virtual trainer.
Exactly.
You know, so it's just crazy. But you try and tell them, and it's not there. And how you said it makes you vulnerable is because, you know, I don't wear any jewelry. Look at my shoes. My girl be like, "Why are you walking around like that?"
Dude,
I don't want
has a hole in it.
I don't want no attention. I don't want no attention.
Yeah.
You're not gonna swipe these shoes.
Yeah.
You don't even want these shoes. They look ugly. They got holes. They're tore up. If anything, maybe I'm pump faking, but at least you know I don't have anything on me.
Yes.
At the very least, you know, man, he got it. I know he got it, but he ain't got it with him. And that's what counts. Do I got it with me or not?
Yeah.
You know. So that's the thing about it. That's the thing. So what do you do for fun? What are your activities? What's your hobbies when you're not working?
Well, me and my girlfriend, wife, normally goes traveling, typically Cartagena, Santa Marta. I just play video games, and we have a car, so we travel to like small towns like Jardín.
Okay.
I'm sure if you heard of that.
No, I haven't.
It's a small little coffee town, about 2 hours outside of Medellin.
Oh, coffee time.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen some of the tours on TripAdvisor for the Guadalupe and coffee.
Jardín and stuff like that, yeah.
We plan on going to Guadalupe probably Wednesday.
Yeah.
Today's Monday. We try and go Wednesday to go check it out. I wanted to stay there for 2 nights and actually drive all the way out there, but we're just going to do the day tour. It's like a 10-hour tour, $30 for each of us, and it'll take us to all the places that we want to see. I can do my content creation out there, and because it's really about getting in a lot of cities. And I didn't know, because like in the States, you go from Florida to Georgia to Alabama, that's not content. You've already seen everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't get too much more interesting. Here, it's like I'm stepping in a different world every time.
Yeah.
You know, this is completely different. I can only imagine what Guadalupe looks like. You know, I'd really like to see it.
Yeah, it's nice.
I know it's got all the colors. Comuna 13 had all the graffiti art. We went to the museum of the Castillo.
Yep.
Saw that. That's a beautiful house.
Yeah.
I love that.
And they said it's for sale. I don't know if it's still for sale.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Last time I was there, it was for sale for like $1 million or something like that.
No
I
way.
was like, I don't know.
And no one bought. It's a national landmark. I don't even think they can sell it.
They can sell it, but the owners need to keep it as is.
Right. You know, that was in the contract for Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
You can get the mansion, but every year they still have to be able to throw their Halloween party.
Exactly.
At the mansion. They still have to be able to throw the Halloween party at the mansion. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, if you're here longer, you can go to Jardín. Jardín's nice. Small little town. Really, really cool. Really laid back. What else is there?
I want to go to the Three Crosses. Gym on the Three Crosses. I want to go check that out. And then, what else might we do? I already saw Viva in Legado. That's a big mall. Liked it. Overpriced. It's just like Mall Millenia in Orlando.
Yeah, they're all overpriced.
Yeah.
Tesoto is the most expensive mall. Have you been there?
No, Tesoto.
Yeah, Tesoto, yeah.
I have to check that out. What side of town is that on? That's El Poblado as well?
Yeah, it's in Poblado. It's Tesoto. It's up the hill.
Okay.
On the way to the airport in the way.
Okay, got you. But so nighttime activities, you guys like have friends over? Do you know other expats?
I know other expats. I haven't hung out with them since I moved into this place. Like I said, a lot of them don't really want to come to Central. So I used to do meetups at my penthouse in Poblado, and I'll have like maybe 15, 20 people come over and we'll hang out and stuff like that.
Okay, that many expats.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. So
you've been here 7 years. I imagine so.
Yeah, and they love my little rants and shit,
Okay.
you know? But I haven't had it here in this apartment. Like I said, Central is complicated.
Well, you know, they say you got to be out of here by sunset. And if the store owners know what time to get out of here, I might as well take advice from them. When I start seeing them close up shop, I know that it's time for, they say, you know, it's time for the other set of adults to come out, the big boys.
Not necessarily. La Playa becomes almost like a parque Jettis. So there's a Marketo de Playa, and They have like a little live music, and all these restaurants are open, and you just sit around and hang out, grab beer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I can walk you over there. Actually, yeah, I can walk you over there if you have time.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, what time is it right now?
5:50.
Oh, amor, las ropas.
Yo te dije.